You want attention? There you go. You got it. Welcome to day 7 of my 365-day vlogging experiment where I am documenting my fitness, business, and creative journey. I slept in this morning because I stayed up really late editing 2 vlogs. I intentionally missed my sculpt class this morning, but it is almost 12:30 p.m. and I am here ready to sculpt it out. I prefer working out in the morning, but I don't want to miss my workout. So let's see how this goes. Maybe I end up loving it and I start working out in the afternoons. All morning I made dinner, made food for Cilantro because he's been eating kibble for like 4 days straight and I like to mix it up a little bit. I cleaned up the house a little bit and I took Cilantro for a walk. I'm just like doing all these little things that are not necessarily related to what I should be doing, to business or anything too creative, but they're things that gotta get done. All right, I am finally back in the office. So after I got back from my workout class, I had lunch and then I continued on with some domestic duties like laundry and cleaning up a little bit and all of the things that I should have done on the weekend, but I was figuring out how to vlog and edit these vlogs, so I just kind of put it on the back burner. I just realized that I completely forgot to check in after my sculpt workout at noon. Completely surprised by this, but I loved working out late. Usually I'm pretty hardcore about working out in the morning, like first thing, but I really enjoyed an afternoon workout. I felt really energized for the rest of the evening. I think the hardest part was getting back into the groove of things once I got home. It was like kind of like I had to interrupt my day, go work out, and then come back and then get back into the groove of things. That was the hardest part, but other than that, it was really good. The theme for class today was growth and how growth is able to happen when we are uncomfortable. And obviously that applies to a sculpt workout in 94-degree heat, but it also applies to everything I'm trying to do. I'm extremely uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable right now vlogging this. I'm uncomfortable just with the idea of starting a new photography business. I'm uncomfortable with working on building a personal brand, so many things that I'm uncomfortable with. So I guess this is a good thing. It means that I am slowly but surely growing. On my way back from my workout class, I listened to a podcast about starting a podcast. And that's one thing that I really want to do one day soon, is start a podcast. But to be honest, I'm really scared. I'm scared to start a podcast because, one, I ramble a lot and I edit these vlogs down like stuff like that. Actually, if I didn't edit these vlogs down with all the ums and like me just thinking and not knowing what to say, they would be so much longer and it would just be me just thinking. So, but with audio, you can't really do that. So I'm not sure if it's a good fit for me, but I want to try it. I definitely want to try it. Yeah, case in point, I literally just went off on a tangent, didn't know what to say, and I was like, blah. So I had to stop the recording and just gather my thoughts, and they're still not very much gathered. And now I'm gonna try this again. This is a little different because this vlog is documenting my journey, and in that journey there's a lot of things to figure out. So there's a lot of pauses and should I do this? Should I do this? Should I not do this? Should I not do that? Figuring things out, doing research. It's a lot of all the back end stuff, which is not very exciting. It's the stuff that I feel that a lot of people don't talk about, like people who are doing these amazing things, who maybe have awesome businesses. So this whole like behind the scenes thought process of everything is something that I wish more people would share, because it's very easy to look at somebody who's established or who has a business or a career that seems to be flourishing, and somebody like me looks at that and I'm like, man, how did they do that? How did they get there? Things just seem so effortless for a lot of people, and I know that when I'm trying to figure something out, it takes me forever, and I get stuck and I get frustrated, and then I want to I don't want to quit, but it's just frustrating. It would be helpful and inspiring to be able to see somebody's like struggle, not because I want to use somebody's struggle as entertainment or anything like that, but to know that I just have to keep going, to know that I'm not the only one that takes forever to do something. So for example, the podcast I was listening to on the way home from my class was a podcast about how to start a podcast. And so I got home and I did research, was looking things up, and I was like, okay, great, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start a podcast even though I'm terrified. And then I was like, oh, but what do I name it? Like, really, what do I name my podcast? So there I was, like sitting on my computer thinking and like trying to figure it out, and I got stuck. I got stuck because I don't have a name for my podcast, so I couldn't like actively start working on it. So that's what I mean. Like, all of these people that have these things already started, like, did they really sweat those things? Did they really, or did things just come naturally to them? I mean, if that's the case, that's awesome, but I guess it just means that I have to hustle harder if that's just not one of the gifts that I have. I'm pretty sure sometime soon I'm going to start a podcast. So for the rest of the evening, I will be working on finishing up the bookkeeping that I was working on yesterday. I'm going to wrap up the vlog here. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you tomorrow. You wanna say bye? Okay, say bye. Yes. You want attention? There you go. You got it. It's so annoying. It's really cute right
here. Did he get it?
I don't think so.
Did he get that?